Hello everyone, welcome to the second week of Android iPad TV. This week I'm going to be reviewing two applications, SpeakToIt Assistant for Android and Vlingo for Android. Both are voice action applications within the Android market. Last week I reviewed what is called Voice Actions Jeannie in Android market and described its unique characteristics and similarities to Siri. Please feel free to go back and view that video. And also compare it to these two applications which I'm going to talk about today. Okay, let's start by opening up SpeakToIt Assistant. And if I hit this microphone, it allows me to speak. Call my wife.
Searching for your contacts now. All right. I'm calling my wife.
And there's the phone call. And that call. It does not allow you to call outside of your address book. Jeannie Voice Actions in Android actually does a good job at this, but this application won't do that. Now let's move on to Vlingo here. Call my wife.
Calling my wife mobile.
And this is a really sleek little interface here, and I can click on that. And then it'll dial her. There we go. And it actually does call outside of your address book. Let's try that. Call Pizza Hut. And there we go, and I can click call right there. Send text to my wife. Hey, don't forget to pick up some milk today on your way.
Here's the SMS to be sent. Hey, don't forget to pick up some milk today on your way.
So
now just tap send to send it to my wife.
So I did a perfect job at getting what I wanted it to say. Text my wife, when will you be coming home tonight? And here the user interface is it's gorgeous to me. And when will you be coming home tonight? It actually got punctuation in there, which is really nice. And I can just click hit send. If I want to add more, I can hit the microphone button. Update Facebook status. Just checking out SpeakToIt Assistant on Android.
Do you want to confirm this as your new Facebook status? Just checking out SpeakToIt Assistant on Android.
Yes.
Okay, your Facebook status update was successful.
And there we are, my status update. Update Facebook status. Just checking out Vlingo for Android. Just checking out Vlingo for Android. Again, punctuation, I got it. And I can hit share. Just checking out Vlingo for Android. Update Twitter status. Be sure to check out SpeakToIt Assistant on Android.
I'm tweeting. Be sure to check out SpeakToIt Assistant on Android. Is that correct?
Yes. Let's see how it does.
Your tweet went through successfully in Twitter for you now.
And there's my status update. Update Twitter status. Be sure to check out Vlingo for Android. See, I think a lot of this has to do with your intonations. This does a very good job at that, and I think it kind of senses whether it's a question or a statement or whatever. And then I can tweet this. There we go. Tweeted. Check in to Foursquare.
I'm searching for your location right now. This should only take a moment.
And there I can actually click on one of these venues here, and I can check into Facebook or Foursquare. Check into Foursquare. And this one launches the application separate. So, probably just about as useful because I can check in. but the other one was integrated within the application. Send email to my wife. Subject, how's work? Message, hey, just wanted to check in and see how work was going.
I've typed an email for you. Hey, just wanted to check in and see how work was going. Subject, how's work? Now just tap send to send it to my wife.
So if I want to add more text, I could. It doesn't do punctuation, so I have to do that. But then I can hold down here. Is there anything I can do to help? So there you go. You can add some more text. Overall, it's okay at that. Probably not my favorite way to do an email. Send email to my wife. Subject, time off request. Message, did your boss give you the time off you wanted? So let's see if this one gets the punctuation right with the question mark. Yes, it did. Time off request, did your boss give you the time off you wanted? Now I can just add more text to it by clicking on the microphone. If not, I can always have a chat with him, period. LOL. I think got the punctuation correct. Let's go ahead and cancel that message. Make note, Ashley's birthday is tomorrow. Pick up gift.
I'm about to put, make note Ashley's birthday is tomorrow, pick up gift, in your notebook. Is that correct?
Yes. And so now this will actually put
That
a
item
note.
has been added to your notebook.
A note into Evernote, which is actually pretty cool. I love Evernote. It's integrated among all devices, iOS, Android, PC, Mac, whatever. See if my new note showed up. And there it is. Make note. Give my wife's boss a piece of my mind. And see, on this, I can choose the application I want to use. So I can go ahead and use Evernote. Give my wife's boss a piece of my mind. I'm not going to save that. I'm going to go ahead and abandon that one. And if I want to use another application, I can scroll down and find, for example, SpringPad. Give my wife's boss a piece of my mind. I can select the notebook, and there we go. So it gives you a lot of places you can put notes, which is a great idea. Love the integration that it has. Far better than any other voice application as far as noting things, including Siri. Siri, I don't think, does as good of a job. Although it does, the task list where it, can remind you of things. But this I think is superior in my mind. Add to calendar, doctor's appointment, 1 p.m. on Monday.
I'm about to put, doctor's appointment 1 p.m. on Monday, in your calendar. Is that correct?
Yes.
There you go. That event is now on your calendar.
Doctor's appointment, 1 p.m. So it did a good job. Add doctor's appointment at 1 p.m. to calendar. And see, unlike voice actions or SpeakToIt, the calendar application is not present in it, it baffles me. I don't know why they omitted that. That's a big miss in my mind. Also, weather doesn't exist. What's the weather today? And it wants to do a search, which is pretty lame. What's the weather?
I'm searching for your location right now. The current weather report for Kirkland, light rain, 50 degrees F, 10 degrees C.
Show me the nearest Best Buy.
I'm searching for you now. It shouldn't take long. Here is the closest Best Buy to your location.
So I don't like that this opens up this tiny little map inside the application. To me, that's not very useful. I prefer voice actions Jeannie because it actually opens it up in the map itself. And then I'm going to show you Vlingo and how well it does at this, but that's not my favorite. Show me the nearest movie theater. And this does an excellent job here. So we've got all these movie theaters. I can call them or I can map them by clicking on that. Let's read some reviews about them. I don't know if that's drawing from Yelp or what. I can navigate to it. Let's go ahead and open up a map. And locating the cinema. And there it is. And by clicking on this, I can now do a turn-by-turn navigation if I want. So as far as SpeakToIt goes, it's positives, it's fast, it's responsive, understands things very well, and it does the social features well, so Facebook, email, Twitter, even Foursquare. Its drawbacks, though, it doesn't set alarms or alerts, not that I've found. Doesn't do a very good job at complex math. It really doesn't offer any humor or personality like Siri or even voice actions Jeannie. It does a fairly good job overall. If you're looking for something to, provide companionship or personality, turn to Siri or turn to Android's Jeannie. They're both really good applications. So the positives about Vlingo: it has excellent social functionality. For example, SMS, calling, Facebook, Twitter. It does a great job at these. In fact, I'd even say it does a better job than any of them that I've seen, including Siri at this. Due to the fact that it has a built-in Facebook and Twitter application support, which is just really nice. And the user interface is beautiful. The drawbacks, though, no built-in calendar or alarms, so it won't remind you about anything. That's really disappointing. Doesn't do complex math, kind of disappointing. Jeannie does, if you want an application in Android that does. Really has no personality. Rarely ever uses any voice feedback, no jokes, no humor, or other silly extras that are built into it. It's really just kind of down to business, nitty gritty. But if you just want the basics, just update Facebook or Twitter, send an SMS, send email. It does a great job, and probably even better than any of the things out there actually. Overall, I like it better than SpeakToIt because it has a better UI. It seems to function smoother, but it doesn't have nearly as many features as Siri or Android Jeannie actually. Siri is the clear winner in regards to the total user experience. Its ability to do email, handle the productive functions like alarms and reminders and that sort of thing. And it's just total user experience and the personality that Jeannie has, that Siri has. But second place, I would give it to Jeannie. Certainly, Jeannie has a personality as well. It does funny things. Also does all those little extras and does scheduling of appointments and things like that. Followed by Vlingo, and then I gotta admit I'm not too impressed with SpeakToIt. I don't see myself really using it. I guess maybe functionality-wise, it might actually have a few more features than Vlingo, but I think the user interface and the social updating abilities of Vlingo outweigh that, and so I find more functionality in it. So my choices, my thumbs up, go to Vlingo and Jeannie as your voice actions applications for Android. Thank you very much for watching. If there's something you would like me to review, leave notes at the bottom, and I will try to make a point to review it. And finally, you can follow me on Twitter at AndroIPad. And thanks for watching Andro iPad TV. See you next time.